In the year 1162, the most powerful and feared man of all time was born. This man's name is Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan was born in Central Asia into a nomadic tribe. He is best known for his ruthlessness, and we can probably attribute this violence towards his childhood. When he was 10 years old, his dad was murdered in front of him by an enemy tribe. At the age of 14, he killed his own brother for stealing his fish. He also committed many other crimes during this time so he wouldn't starve to death. At the age of 16, things started to turn around for him when he got married and made some new allies. At the age of 20, he rose to power and he started to conquer. The way that the tribes worked at the time was that the tribal leaders were like warlords and they were always fighting. But like other great men and women of our history, Genghis Khan was an untraditionalist. The way Genghis Khan rose to power was through uniting the tribes. And the way he would do this was he would send his daughters off to marry the tribal leaders, and the tribal leaders were then forced to go into combat where they would die, and the Khans would take over. Genghis Khan also had many great strategies for war, one of which being a unit. A unit was composed of 10 men each, and every man was forced to look after each other because if one man didn't return from battle that day, the whole unit was not allowed to return, and this was very successful in battle. After uniting the nomads of Central Asia, he started to focus on East Asia and Europe. And the way he would do this was through cavalry. And this was when the men were on horseback, and they would utilize the horses to travel long journeys by drinking their blood. And they were also masters of the bow and arrow. During conquest, Genghis Khan raped many women, and many historians believe that he had hundreds of children. But this is not on record, and no one knows for sure. But they do believe that 1 in 200 men today are descendants of him. Genghis was known for rarely showing mercy on his enemies. At one point, he killed over 1.7 million people just because his son-in-law was killed. In the year 1227, at age 65, Genghis was killed in combat when raiding a Chinese dynasty that defied him. After his death, the city was ravaged and no one was left alive, not even the infants. No one knows where he was buried either because those who buried him were executed. Genghis Khan was known for creating the Mongol Empire and expanding it to be the largest landmass empire of all time, with controlling 1/4 of Earth's landmass. He also had 1/10 of Earth's population killed that were living at the time. Genghis Khan will go down in history as the most feared and powerful man of all time.